Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, hi YouTube. How are we doing today? We are going to be watching Incognito mode's even fancier video for drinking. B Richter, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, friendo. How are you doing today? If you like to see more content like this, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. We're just gonna jump straight into the video. Turn it up a little.
Alright, we've done theatre, we've done painting,
Uh-huh.
we've done wine, and now it's time to do some drinking stuff in
Yay,
general.
drinking!
And to start, let us learn about the drinking cultures of the world.
Drinking cultures of the world. I'm not a drinker. Is
Welcome
anybody in
to my
chat or
private jet.
comment a drinker?
Come on, kid, I got a lot to teach you about the world.
That looks like an ass.
We must
Squeeze
learn
it.
all of the drinking customs of all the funny foreign places.
Uh-huh.
Starting with where drinking was invented.
Oh my god.
The country
Where was it invented?
of Uck.
Oh my god. London. People in London are the
trick
first
is to
people in the
jump
world to get
just before
sauced.
you hit the ground. Observe British people in their natural
British
habitat.
people.
Here they do a thing called cheers, where they clink their glasses
Where
together before drinking.
everybody knows your name.
The tradition dates back centuries,
Uh-huh.
but the origin, why they started doing it, is somewhat unknown.
Oh.
But we have a couple of theories. Theory 1, poisoning. Yes. So imagine
Poisoning?
a situation like this. Two people who don't trust each other, sitting down together at the pub. This guy then does something shady.
I love the
to the
evil
other guy's
curly
drink.
mustache, by the way.
Here you go. Did you poison my drink? Me?
It does look
I would
sussy.
never. Well then, I'll pour a little of mine into yours, and you can pour a little of yours into mine, and we'll both either be totally fine or both totally dead. No, there's no need to do that. So that was the initial version, and then eventually they just kind of shortcutted it to, yeah, clink clink, it's fine, I trust you. But
That's probably a myth.
So
That's wild.
theory number 2, ghosts.
Ghosts! Does clinking
Right, in
scare the
Middle Ages,
ghosts?
people were worried about spooky ghosts and spirits.
Ooh.
So they'd do cheers very loudly to scare away the demons.
Oh my god, that'd scare me
Also,
away.
sometimes you'd spill some of your drink onto the table and the floor, and then that was like a little offering to the spirit.
Or you could create spirits,
Well,
you know,
that's
somebody
probably
slips
also
and
not
dies
true.
because of that, you
The
know?
most likely answer is simply that everyone likes that sound.
It is a very
satisfying.
Oh my god, feet.
There's more. You know when someone drops a glass and everyone goes kind of silent, like, oh, you fucking idiot? Well, in the UK, instead, everyone goes, hey, in celebration. As a way to
Dragon D's nuts, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, Freda. How you doing today?
make fun of you, but also make you feel not so bad. Uh-oh. The BBC? They have a
Big
whole
black-
organization for that now?
Never
We
mind.
gotta get out of here.
Just
We'll
shut the
take
fuck
my
up right
private
there. Big,
cruise
beautiful
ship. Come,
something.
to
I
a
don't know.
Where they filmed the Marvel
Management
movie.
says Azura became a
Then
spirit,
just
I
park
would
us
haunt
there.
everybody. Y'all would be missing.
Come this way to the Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Leaning
Held
Tower
up by
Pizza.
the
Oh my
raw
god,
strength
pizza
of
sounds so good.
1,000 tourists posing for photographs. But did you know that Italians, when they say cheers, say chin chin?
Chin chin. Oh wow.
Now, that is very funny to the Japanese, because in Japanese,
Uh-huh.
chin chin
Chin chin.
means penis.
Oh my god. Oh, that reminds me.
Germany
Funny. I have Puerto Rican friends, and they were telling me one time when we were at a nice Italian restaurant, I ordered marinara. I ordered marinara penne. And my friend starts giggling, and I'm like, what's so funny? And he goes, back where I lived in Puerto Rico, penne was slang for dick. And I'm like, penne is an Italian pasta, bitch. I'm ordering pasta, not dick. Okay, anyway.
Now, here they do Bruderschaft, where you move your
Bruderschaft.
arms together when drinking. It's also
Ooh,
kind of
that's
seen all over
intimate.
the world at weddings in particular, but only the Germans have a name for it. It symbolizes the end of formalities between two people.
Wait, hold
The
on.
Germans have a lot
Backtrack.
more. Now, when you clink glass in particular...
Okay, I recognize this. No, I don't recognize this couple. They remind me of this TikTok couple I
only
used
the
to
Germans
follow.
have a name for it.
I liked couple
It
content.
symbolizes the end of formalities between two people. But the Germans have a lot more. Now, when you clink glasses together with
Clink,
someone,
clink.
you have to look them directly in the eye. And if you don't do it, you will be cursed with 7 years of bad sex. apparently.
Bad
Not my
sex.
fault. It's the Germans.
It's the
Then when giving
Germans.
shots
How
in
dare the
Germany,
Germans
they
curse you
sometimes
guys to
also
have a
go
bad sex life?
Zermit, and you hold the glass near your belly. Zertit, and you hold it near your chest.
Yeah,
And then
Zertit is a little accurate.
Zumsack,
Oh
and
my
you
god.
hold it near your, and then Zak, and you drink. Now, on to Finland. They keep
Finland?
it casual. They have a custom specifically for drinking alone. You're supposed to do
Yeah.
it while loafing around in your underpants.
That
and it's
sounds like a
called
lovely-
Kalsari Kani,
That sounds like a
also
lovely
known
evening.
as underwear drunk.
Underwear
That's
drunk.
what I could find on Finland. So off to Canada. To get there, I
Canada,
booked us a
let's
private
go.
fishing trawler. It's so exclusive that even these fish, yes, they go to a private school. In Newfoundland, Canada, they have the Newfoundland Screech.
What the fuck?
You take a shot of Screech, and then you do the Screech. Goes like this.
Is you a screecher? And then
Any
you
Canadians
answer
in
like
chat can confirm?
Indeed I am, me old cock, and long may your big jib jaw. That's it.
It's a pirate culture.
What
Then
the
they take
fuck?
a big fish, usually a cod, and
Oh,
they
oh
kiss
yeah,
it
I've heard
on
of kissing the cod. I've heard of kissing the cod.
Anyway, kind of.
That does not look like a cod at that angle.
There's no more customs anywhere in the world. You can do some more, maybe independent research yourself. I'll see you back in the field.
I have no idea what the fuck just happened.
Okay, this next section is on cocktails.
Oh god, I saw the word cock sitting there. I was like,
we
huh?
made this asset with an Irish character. He's shaking a cocktail at a frat party, and I turned to the editor and I went, "Wait a minute, that's a weird word. Why are they called cocktails?" And we started Googling it, and we kind of went down a rabbit hole, and it was actually really interesting. So, here it is. Cocktails.
Cocktails.
In the 1700s, fuel prices were outrageous. So, everybody used the horse.
Oh my god, patent pending?
Horses
How you
weren't
gonna
just
patent
used
the
for
horse?
travel, they were also used for work in the fields. So you would sometimes put a harness on a horse for plowing a field, right? Now, when you do that, its tail actually gets in the way, and so we have to do something about that
Don't
thing.
do it to the tail, please.
Think of it like the foreskin of the horse. You put it in the guillotine, and everybody
No!
closes their eyes.
No! Ah,
Problem
that
solved.
poor horse!
Now, this practice is called docking.
Yeah, I know what docking
It
is. They
has
do it to
some
dogs
different
too.
meaning
Certain
these
breeds of
days.
dogs get their tails docked. I think it's cruel.
So once the tail is docked, some say it's much easier to clean. But it also kind of looks like a chicken's tail, right? Hence, they would call these tails cocktails. So that's step one in the story. Step
Okay,
two,
how do we get
you've
to the
also
alcoholic
got
drinks?
horse merchants, right? And they are a very shrewd bunch. They know that when they sell their horses, the customer wants very feisty and energetic animals. Someone who's buying a horse doesn't want one that's kind of sickly or lazy or sleeping all the time, right? They need
That
it
horse
for
is
work.
zooted, bro. Let the baby
So how do
sleep.
you ensure then that your horse looks full of beans and moxie and some other stuff?
You get it drunk?
And has the maximum horsepower possible when it's
That can't
time
actually be the
to sell?
solution.
Well, they would use this one quick hack. All the equestrians hate them. They would go over to their mortar and pestle, and they would throw in some chili, some ginger,
Desert,
and a
thank you
few
for the
other
follow. Welcome
spices,
in.
and just mix it all together. Then they would go over to the horse, hold still, little fella, and with the mixture go up into the
No.
no-no.
Ah!
Now,
Oh my
the horse
god,
doesn't
that's
like that very
horrific. These
much,
poor
so it's
horses.
kicking, it's going mad, and the bidders are all going, "Wow, this is a really great horse. It's got some spunk, I tell you. I'm buying it." So the horse merchants made a whole bunch of money.
That's
And
fucking
everyone was
crazy.
Well, almost everyone. The end.
Well, I'm
On step
traumatized. Me
two.
too.
Now step 3. Around the same time, you've got bartenders over in the saloon, and they have just invented the science of mixology. They've realized that
Oh
you
my
can
God.
add Red Bull and lemon juice to stuff and actually make alcohol not taste so bad.
Oh my god. Oh
But
my god.
when they added some ginger and spices and maybe a little bit of pepper, people went, "Oh, I know these. These are the suppositories. Cocktails, we'll call them."
Cocktails.
Glug, 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 and the name stuck.
Also,
Yes.
chat. I'm a baby ass bitch when it comes to alcohol. If I can taste the alcohol, I can't drink it. It has to be so like doctored up with
It's
other
too early for
things.
ad time. I don't think it's too early for ad time.
At time.
Oh, no.
Let's
Help
go.
me, Incogni Man. I signed up for discounts at a retail store and they won't stop sending me messages. Huh? I signed up to that website years ago. Why are they still spamming me?
Does anybody else just go through like a round of like just unsubscribing from emails every now and then? Because I'll do that. I'll spend a bit of time like completely unsubscribing from a bunch of emails.
Who will
Database,
stop
man. Oh
him?
my god.
It's me, Incogni Man.
Hell yeah.
Incogni is the brilliant service that tells a whole bunch of databases and people who have your data and stuff to get
That is a
lost.
great
It says,
visual.
hey, do you have this email address? Well, lose it. Hey, marketer man, you can't use this phone number anymore. Instead of chasing them all up manually by signing up to Incogni, they send these legal requests.
Oh my god,
on
thank you
your
for the
behalf
hydrate. Oh
to
my
get
god.
you deleted
Ow.
from the internet.
Let us do battle in my realm.
And then we teleport to the desert.
I better follow him. Incogni portal.
Good of you to finally join us.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna
Hell yeah.
stop you. Incogni lawyer powers, legal threats,
Legal
data
threats, oh
removal
my
tools,
god.
Consumer Privacy Act, data protection regulations.
That's
Like,
a
it's,
fucking giga chat if I've ever seen one. Holy shit.
It has created a Gundam. So go to incogni.com
Gundam.
incognito. Sign up today and get 60% off an annual plan. I won't change numbers. I won't change email addresses. I'll just simply take them back. I can feel it
Yeah,
working.
take it back.
My phone isn't ringing as often. My email inbox, it's less full with just a whole bunch of shit. And then like the sun comes out, the clouds clear.
My databases
Oh my god.
are floating away.
Goodbye.
He'll die of the cold eventually.
What?
Pan up and it's Nordman. He's like,
These ads are wild.
not bad at all.
I never know what to expect
So
from
go
them.
to
They're very creative. I'll give him credit.
incognito. Sign up today and get 60% off an annual
Oh my
plan.
god.
Ad over.
Hell yeah.
Have you heard about the latest dangerous trend? It's
No.
all over social media. Wine mixed with watermelon. A
Yes, I have
combination
seen
when
that.
mixed together makes a deadly poison.
Does it really
Here we
though?
are in Argentina with a delicious watermelon. Now let me chase it down with a glass of wine.
Wine? How? Oh, okay, it can't actually be
it's
that
not
bad.
true.
Okay, yeah, I was
But
about to
it's been a
say.
myth in South America for over 100 years that you should never pair wine and watermelon
Why?
together. No one quite knows why, but we dug and we were able to find a single source from an author, Facundo di Genova, and he says in
Okay.
probably Argentina, probably sometime in the 1800s, there was a small Catholic church and everything was great. For a time. They grew wine for dinner and watermelon for dessert. Until one day, something bad happened in their idyllic little town.
Elaborate
A few
faster.
men in the village started getting a bit grabby. It was a whole
Oh,
Me
no.
Too thing, but it was the first Me Too. It was a Me one. No one quite knows who did
I
what
just got
to who,
fucking
but it was a
rickrolled.
big scandal.
Oh my god, is that Mayo? Oh my god, one of our newest VT craft friends. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing today, friendo?
I tell you, and it kept happening.
Oh no, what's happening to our beautiful village?
Oh my
They
god.
said in their funny foreign accent. Now, presiding over the village was a monastery. So the priests all gathered together at this monastery to figure out what the hell's going on with all this grabbiness,
Yeah, this town sucks now.
said the women folk.
I hope you have the plan to fix this.
Yes, of course we do.
TTS
But
voice?
first,
Huh?
We must figure out why the men are becoming so grabby. Come on, guys, think outside the box. We have to find something, anything to blame, except the people who actually did the thing. So the priests
Yeah,
began
anybody
looking
but
at
their
the
fault, right?
diets of the people in the village. The priest said aloud. One of the monks proposed a theory. Have you noticed that we grow a lot of grapes here?
Yeah.
Yes. And have you noticed that we also grow a lot of watermelon?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, what if, somehow... it
Sussy?
makes the
That's
men
sussy?
folk
That's some
grabby?
sussy baka
That
shit.
must be it. We must put a stop to this. But how? Well, let's tell them that if they drink wine and eat watermelon, they'll go to hell. Okay, so that's what they did. Hear ye, do not drink wine and then eat watermelon, you'll go to hell. Oh, really? Really? I didn't know that. Really? And it worked. The assaults suddenly stopped. Hurrah! Although whether that was a coincidence, we don't actually know. Over time, however, the messaging kind of evolved, because don't mix wine with watermelon isn't exactly a well-known Bible proverb, and people became less religious. So instead of
Don't drink wine with
"You'll
watermelon.
go to
Don't tell
hell,"
me what to do.
the
I'll
line
do both
changed
if I
to,
want to.
"It's poison and you'll die." And in
Gasp.
Argentina, in some places, the myth still perpetuates. Now, is there actually any evidence at all
Probably
that
not.
pairing wine and watermelon together really causes the mood?
No.
Kinda.
Huh?
Watermelon contains an amino acid, arginine,
Oh.
which partially transforms into nitric oxide, and then nitric oxide is a vasodilator. And vasodilators do this. Plus, wine also has
Okay.
polyphenols. and
So,
that also
watermelon's an
helps in the
aphrodisiac.
formation of
Got
nitric
you.
Oxide, so double this. But the effect from nitric oxide is actually very mild. Also, all of these foods have polyphenols and arginine in them as well.
Spinach,
So
whole
pretty
grain.
much everything has it. So, no, the effects are likely
Sad.
hugely overstated. So, the moral of the story is...
Yeah, that's definitely the moral of the story. That was a good moral of the story. I hope you guys
This
appreciated
next
that.
section is on wine in the Bible. Sort of. Apologies if we got any details wrong. We mostly kept this section because we liked the pun on Eucharist.
What? Wine in the
Jumping
Bible.
forward to
Oh my
Jesus.
gosh.
This is his first recorded miracle. So, Jesus and a whole bunch of his followers and stuff, they are
This is the
invited to
turning
a
water
wedding
into
in
wine thing?
Cana. Now, the waiter goes over to serve some guests some wine, and uh-oh.
It's empty.
How dare. How dare he run out of wine.
There's no more wine.
No, wait, I've got a plan, says Jesus. Bring me 6 big stone jugs, about 20 to 30 gallons each, and fill them up to the brim with H2O. Now, check
Oh
out
my
this.
God.
And he does the finger thing.
The finger thing. Wow.
And then when they went
Impressive.
to pour the water, suddenly it was wine. And it was the best
Gasp.
wine that anyone had ever had. And they go, oh, that's pretty good, Jesus. But have you got any other miracles? And he says, yes. Come on, we're going to do a supper. Now, everyone is
Oh.
gathered around, and this is the point at which Jesus reveals, by the way, one of you is very sus.
Oh my god.
I know
Sus.
one of you will
Amogus.
betray me. And he looks at Judas, and Judas is kind of looking away. But then Da Vinci's like,
Guys, I need you to stay still for the painting.
so Jesus goes, watch this. And he takes some bread and wine, and he says, look at this bread. This is my flesh. And everyone's kind of like,
Gasp.
really? And he goes, well, yeah. I mean, if you're Protestant, then just metaphorically. No, okay, look at this wine. It is my blood. Really? Quit making this so complicated. Here, have some. So he hands it to his disciples, and they went, fantastic. I was peckish and thirsty. And he goes, yes, in fact, I shall call this little celebration a Eucharist, or Holy Communion.
Oh.
It will be the practice of eating one cracker or piece of bread and drinking some wine. And if you eat the whole thing and drink the whole bottle, that's called a huge Eucharist.
What?
Now, most Christians today take that as a symbolic thing. Unless you are Catholic. Now, they believe in what's called transubstantiation. Which
Okay.
means that the bread and wine literally turns into the body and blood of Jesus at the moment that they are consumed. However, it does still look like bread and wine, and they call that phenomenon appearance
Okay.
or accident. It has changed, but you just can't tell.
Alright, I gotta be honest with you. My religion lore is not up to date. I was raised Catholic, and I don't remember none of this. Okay, not a single bit of this.
Except for sometimes when you actually can. Lanciano, Italy, in the 8th century, there is a monk, and he has been on r/atheism
Oh, no.
for far too long. He is starting
the
to
monk.
have doubts about the blood and wine stuff, but he still has his monkly responsibilities. So, he holds mass, and he says the words of consecration, this is my body, this is my blood, this is my rifle, this is my gun, And at that very moment, the bread turned
What?
into literal flesh in his hands. And the wine
Yes.
turned to blood.
Did it really?
Jesus, man.
Holy shit, said everybody in unison. And ironically, he went, oh, well, I should probably not eat this then. So instead, he kept it in this chalice thing. What is it?
Ew.
A clock? Anyway, there
No,
it remains
bro.
still today, kept in the church of San Francesco.
That's
And
gonna
a couple of years
stink
later, in the
horrifically. Holy hell.
1970s, Professor Odaro Leone decides, let me do a bit of an experiment. So
Okay.
he took a sample of the flesh and he came to the conclusion that it was indeed real. Apparently, it was part of a heart valve, and that the
Ew.
blood type was AB.
Whose
The
heart
sample has
was
not
it?
been analyzed since. However, it is officially recognized by the Roman Catholic Church. Here ends the reading.
That's foul, bro.
Now you might say, wow, that section really doesn't have a whole lot to do with wine. And in fact, you're just badly retelling a Bible story. This final section,
I thought we were
started
awkwardly
making for
staring
the
at
main
each other.
channel when we found this massive court document, and we thought, holy shit,
That's a lot
this
of
is a
court
hell of a
document.
story. And we had all these ideas of it being like Witcher themed, and so there were quite a few like random Witcher assets. Just ignore that. But it just kept blooming and blooming into this bigger story, and it got too long.
Oh,
and
damn.
so here it is on Incognito. And here we begin in 1743.
1743. That was
The
so long
birth
ago.
of Thomas Jefferson.
Oh my
Push,
God.
Mrs. Jefferson, push. Now, Tom Jeff. He was involved with some politics, kinda sexy, but you're too late, he's dead.
Anybody actually
But
find Thomas
what's more
Jefferson sexy?
important is he tried his hand at a lot of different hobbies. Architecture.
Mm-hmm.
He designed his own home in Monticello. He played the violin. He kept mockingbirds. He collected fossils.
Oh.
And, most relevant of all, he hoarded a culture. In his extensive
Oh.
garden, he kept 330 types of vegetables and 170 types of fruit.
Damn.
One of those fruits was grapes. So he tried
Okay.
his hand at viniculture. And while he was good at a lot of things, he never saw much success with making wine. So he mostly
Damn, that's so
collected
sad.
the stuff. Now, people naturally wondered, like, hey, what happened to the wine he made and the wine he collected?
Maybe he's.
Did he sell it all? Did he give it away?
He probably drank
Did he
it, let's be
attempt
real.
The huge caress? Fast forward, 1985. Meet German music producer Hardy Rodenstock. He is an avid wine collector. And he's tapping on the walls of old buildings in Paris, looking for some national treasures. On this occasion, the wall opened, and my God. Sealed behind, he said that he found a collection of 24 bottles.
Goddamn.
Dating all the way back to the 1780s, and look at that. THJ engraved
Thomas
right there on the
Jefferson's
glass.
wine? Holy shit.
Thomas Jefferson. It seems like Mr. Rodenstock has stumbled upon Jeff's hidden collection.
Oh my God.
Mystery solved. And it would make sense that they wound up in France because Jefferson spent a number of years over there.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. And into Rodenstock's wine collection they went. Now, Rodenstock's wine collection was something quite special, and he
Yeah,
liked to
yeah.
show it off.
Lots of wine.
So every year he would host
I still
tasting
haven't found a
events
wine
that
I like,
featured
by the way, chat.
extremely
I'm so
rare
picky.
wine.
It needs to be sweet.
And he would invite all the most prominent German celebrities, such as the Hans brothers, and Das Boot,
Das Boot?
and Death Stranding. Now, one of his guests was a guy named Michael Broadbent, senior director for Christie's auction house. Together, they cracked open one of the THJ bottles. Bottle number 1.
Ugh.
Broadbent said that the wine was delicious. Yup, these bottles are in perfect condition, he said. You should really auction these.
I don't.
I run
Ugh.
an auction. You should put them in there.
Can you imagine
Maybe I should,
drinking
said
fucking
Mr.
how
Rodenstock.
old was the wine?
Maybe
I
I
wouldn't drink it. I wouldn't trust it.
But before they did that, they sold 2 of the bottles privately, number 2 and number 3, and they drank a 4th. On the 5th of December, 1985, they put up bottle
200
number
years
5
old,
for
it looked
auction
like?
at Christie's. It was bought by Christopher Forbes for £105,000.
God damn.
Which, at the time, meant it was the most expensive bottle of wine ever sold. But
What
that
if he
wine
still owns
wasn't
it?
to drink. Proudly,
No,
that
of
thing
course
sat
not.
on the Forbes shelf. eventually to be put into the Forbes Gallery in the exhibit on former presidents. And funnily enough, they actually put this bottle on display under big industrial lights, and it heated the thing something fierce, and the heat ruined its drinkability, of course.
No.
In fact, so intense was the light that the glass expanded and the cork fell into the bottle. Some time passed.
That's
They celebrated
unfortunate.
the sale
Imagine
with
ruining that
another
bottle of
drink.
wine you spent
Bottle number 6,
£105,000 pounds on.
And then they sold 2 more privately. In 1987, they drank bottle number 9. 1988, they drank bottle number 10.
What
And
the
at
fuck?
this point, a new challenger enters the scene. The White Wolf of Palm Beach. They call him Bill Koch. Some say it's short for billionaire. He's a member
Short
of
for
one of
billion.
the wealthiest families in America. And he is also one of the world's most avid collectors of wine.
Oh,
So
that
they
is a
sell him
big ass
total of
seller.
4 bottles for $311,804.
Worth $810,000 in 2024 money.
We're
God
way
damn.
over here on the graph at this point. So, gently, careful now, he put them in his climate-controlled cellar. And he would show them off to his friends. Otherwise, here they remained for the next 17 years. As the years ticked by, more bottles were sold and more bottles were consumed, until there were none left.
That's wild.
2005. The 4 Coke bottles had sat around for a long time on the shelf, doing nothing, when something new happened.
Oh, something new happened.
The Boston Museum of Fine Arts was interested in displaying the bottles and wanted to trace the exact provenance. So Coke gets on the line with the Jefferson Foundation and he goes, "Oh, look, I don't mean to brag.
Watch them not
but
be
I'm
authentic.
about to have my bottles displayed at the Boston Museum. But I need just a little bit of verification. Could you tell me exactly where these bottles come from?" And the Thomas Jefferson Foundation responded, "I'm afraid we can't do that. We don't think they're real."
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah,
In fact,
that's what
you
I
were
was
the only
saying.
person to call about this. What? Yes, it was in the 80s. A Mr. Broadbent, I believe, of Christie's auction house called up trying to verify the bottles so that he could sell them. But we looked through our comprehensive historical records and found no mention of these bottles.
Yikes,
Here's
bro.
a letter we sent saying that we couldn't verify them. And they're probably fake. But he sold those bottles to me.
Yikes, bro.
Now, back to 1776. Now, here's
L
the
plus
thing you should know
ratio.
about Jefferson.
Get wrecked,
Let's
bozo.
just say, if he was around today, he would play a lot of Factorio. He was, you know.
I have the largest collection of Funko Pops in the world.
And that meant that his record keeping
Aw, goddamn.
was very meticulous. All of his anime was ordered alphabetically. And so too were all the things that he ever purchased,
Oh.
including wine.
At least he's
that's
meticulous.
my story, Mr. Pepsi.
It was
And those
meticulous, I
bottles
guess.
Are probably fake.
Ah,
When Coke hears
that's
about
so
this, he
sad.
hangs up the phone and hits speed dial on his pager or something, and I need to assemble a team of investigators. Mr. Rodenstock lived in Germany, so Coke's investigators scoured the countryside for clues, and eventually they found a lead. They managed to track down 5 German residents
Okay.
who claimed to have done engraving work for Rodenstock in the past. They said, "Hey, have you seen these bottles before?" And they went, "Oh yeah, we have. We did those." And all 5 were certain that the THJ engravings were done by an electric power tool. Every one of these 24 bottles of Jefferson wine were fake. Big, fat phony.
That's so fucking wild, bro.
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
So,
allegedly,
Bill takes all
allegedly.
of this evidence to court, and Rodenstock is summoned, but he doesn't show up. So Bill wins in absentia and is awarded $1 million. In the end, Bill never received any money.
L plus
from
ratio
Rodenstock.
plus get wrecked,
But to Bill,
bozo.
it was about sending a message. more than
Jaded
receiving any
Terror,
money.
thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
And it's just one battle of many that Bill has fought against counterfeit wine. In 2008, Coke filed a consumer fraud lawsuit against the Chicago Wine Company, which was later settled out of court. Another time, Coke spent $3.5 million buying nearly 2,700 bottles of wine from Zacky's auction house. Almost a third of $1
That's
million
wild.
was fake. The auction house
No.
settled out of court,
Ah.
but the seller was told to pay $379,000 in damages
Jesus
and
Lord.
$1,000 for every bottle.
But then the next day they went, you know what, we thought about it. This jury has decided to award you $12 million in punitive damages.
Holy
Jackpot,
shit!
said
Holy
Mr.
shit!
Coke.
$12 million.
I'm rich. But a year later, the court changed its mind and awarded Coke only $711,000.
How can they keep changing their mind? What the fuck?
So this guy's like a one-man army, and he's going around trying to scare the shit out of anyone who's selling fake wine.
Oh, you've got expensive rare wine, do you?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll buy it then. Yeah, but no, yeah, I'll buy it. No, it's fine. It's genuine, is it? Yeah, you're saying it's genuine. Yeah, definitely. And then he goes and he inspects it.
Oh my
then
God.
finds it's fake, and then goes, yeah, I knew all along, stupid. Lawsuit time. By doing this, he's very slowly cleaning
Holy
up the market.
shit!
After all of these investigations, Bill has
Can you
spent
imagine
around
having that much
$35
time?
million tracking down fake wine. But by 2016,
No.
Coke was ready to lay down his weapons. He sold off a big chunk of his collection, and it sold for $22 million. Which means
Holy
he
shit.
likely did not break even. So consider giving to his GoFundMe.
His GoFundMe. Did dude have a GoFundMe?
Now, this is actually just a very small part of the story. This scandal ended up making such waves across the wine industry that they decided to make a movie about it, based on the Benjamin Wallace book, The Billionaire's Vinegar.
What the fuck?
And it was set to star
Brad Pitt!
No, wait. Now it's Matthew McConaughey.
What the fuck?
No, wait. It looks like it's cancelled.
Rip.
Alright, that's the video.
Tuna,
Thanks for watching.
thank you for the
4
head
more to
pats.
go,
I
but
love
we've
head
already
pats.
started in on the regular type stuff in case you don't love fancy. Okay, bye. And don't forget.
Thank you guys for watching with me. If you
Incognito.
liked the video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye, YouTube.